Good morning, good morning, good morning. You know who it is, the Cat in the Hat, your resident fly guy, your chief architect, Michelangelo, StarArchitects.com, here to help you redesign your frame of mind when it comes to the styling thing. It is officially spring because this morning it was not cold, it was warm in my house. So straws are definitely in abundance, back in effect. Hat by Flamekeepers Hat Club. If you have not checked them out, I haven't shouted them out in a minute. I wanted to make sure that they know that they are my favorite hat store. You should definitely check them out on IG at Flamekeepers Hat Club. Do that after you check a few of my videos. So today is What to Wear Wednesday, and we're continuing our conversation when it comes to pants. Excuse my collar. I don't get my collar straight. So today we're going to be talking about kind of what not to wear in this space, because this week we're going to be talking about mistakes that men make when it comes to style speaks. And a lot of them people know, you know, a lot of the things people already have an awareness of. Wearing braces with belts. You don't need to do that. You have two things that are going to keep your pants up, and it creates a bulky look and effect, and it causes confusion. It's just not a good look, so it's not recommended. I have seen some guys who do it anyway, and I guess that's a part of their style. But it's just not really a good look. I wouldn't advise I never would advise anybody to put those things on. But you know, I have some friends who I've made mention to that for them, and then they like, well, this is just my style. Okay, you know, it is what it is. But as I've said before, the languaging of your style is the most important thing. And so what ends up happening for a lot of guys is when they make these mistakes, which we're going to talk about on Friday, it costs them so much. It costs them respect. It costs them, you know, that first initial experience that will allow people to say, yo, he's memorable for like great things. You know, he has a great sense of style. He has a great sense of an awareness of himself, of his proportions. And especially when it comes to your pants, because your pants, like I've said last week, are the center of attention. What ends up happening is if you're wearing your pants too baggy, then it literally will throw off the balance of the rest of the entire look, unless that was the look that you were going for. And then you'll see it'll be very apparent that you wanted to kind of throw things off balance. I haven't really seen guys do this in a long time, but for instance, if you're wearing some Oxford bags or some just wide pants, and I have a friend who wears his pants very full and then cuts them off where they have a slight break, and it's a very unique look, but everything else is fitted. And so when he wears it, you can tell that was what he was looking to do. The waist is still very fitted. The pants just bellow out, and it's just a part of his style. He also wears shoes and he has a longer foot, so it can anchor all of that excess fabric a little bit better for him. But if you don't know what you're doing in that space, then it doesn't look good. If your pants are too tight and you have big feet, or you're wearing bulkier shoes, what ends up happening is you create, again, imbalance, where people are seeing the image and it looks like the muscle man who worked on his upper body and then never worked on his legs. And so I don't know if you've ever seen the Kevin Hart stand-up special where he was just like, you know, he looked like he always wobbling. You know, he's saying like, man, what's wrong with you? Are you drunk? He's like, nah, man, I never worked on my legs. Like, you know, my legs is wobbling. Like, and so it's kind of like that from your clothing standpoint. If you have stuff that's too slim, especially if you're a skinnier guy, it just doesn't create balance. And so for you, when it comes to your pants, whether it's the fit, which is where most of us talk and where most of us lie, but it's also about the color and it's about your fabric. A lot of guys don't really pay attention to the fabric that they're wearing, and so they're getting things that are not going to be high performance, and they're actively engaged. And so they wonder why like their clothing can't really hold up, or why they're having to replace it. Number one, you're probably getting some cheap shit. Like, we're just keeping it all the way 100. You know, I say that with love. But the second part is that you're probably buying the wrong fabric, the wrong cloth for your character. Your character is a very active movement type of guy. So if you need to dress up, you need something that can hold up with that activity. And when you're chilling, it doesn't have to be jeans and a t-shirt all the time just because you're moving around a lot. It's about understanding how these different dynamics, these different fabrics are going to work with your individuality and the identity, and making sure that those things are aligned. And then lastly, when it comes to the color scheme, you got to remember, as I told you before a few weeks ago, those colors are going to, when you're putting them on your shoes, are going to create the energy that you stand on. Well, when you put them on in your pants, you got to realize that that is the center, the focal point of the energy that you're going to create. They say the root chakra is in our loins, right? They say the root chakra is the one of the most powerful chakras that we can have, even if you're not a spiritual, or metaphysical type of person. Your energy is all in your loins, right? Like when you are laying down with the young lady, you're giving her the very best from that center, from that area, enzymes, your DNA, all those different types of things when you insert yourself. So when you pull up your pants and you have all that energy going from the feet, where they say the base of your energy is, to your legs and your limbs, and now to that center point, you got to make sure that it's showing up powerfully. So you got to be intentional about the information that you're going to provide. And so many guys aren't. So many guys just are cavalier with what they're promoting. But since you've been here, I hope that you are beginning to challenge yourself to be intentional about your image. It will create intention in your life. So I'm going to leave you with that. You can try that on, see how it fits you. I would love to hear some comments in the comment box. So make sure that you give this a thumbs up if you found the information informative or insightful. Please make sure that you subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. I hope you are. And please make sure that you don't ever forget that dress is nothing more than the expression of a man's state of mind. So you should always dress to express. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.